Sentinels beating NRG on Haven 13-11. So a closer game than maybe most would have expected, but that is now also going into map 2. I believe the map 2 over there is going to be Icebox. As we now shift our focus back over here to Dig versus ANDBOX. ANDBOX, of course, winning. Icebox in pretty dominant fashion, particularly their defensive side in the second half. And now we are going to see the first full buy here from Haven. Operator is going to be in play for Ye. He's going to be looking for a pick out in middle. Very aggressive stance.
And that aggression is paid off for Ye many a time for ANDBOX, but it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance at anything here early on. Odorous using the Blade Storm to try to equalize things. See if he can get anything going with that.
They got a lot of map control on ANDBOX side, though. They held off middle for a long time, and now they're able to set up the bait and switch at long edge. The drone, I don't think, spotted the close player. The jump up didn't either, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
They can still keep the bait and switch and play. Oh, the shock dart, though. That's money.
Yeah, that's going to push him back. Android still has a chance here. Poach is going to be on the flank. Android through the cage, able to get one. Poach gets one as well, but Poach gets taken out. ANDBOX just down to 3 members left. Dig is going to have access onto A. Ye with the op. Yep, devastating yet again as he takes out Odorous. Numbers advantage in favor of ANDBOX. Superman, however, is going to be able to get the spike down to kind of equalize things here. You see ANDBOX playing off the site just a bit. Ye up in heaven and both members outside of the cut. The spike planted towards short, really, and you can get a bit of something through long, but Makalov gets one. Ye trades it out. One left on the side of Dig, and it's Superman. Ye looking to go hunting. He's going to get shot in the back, but boy, trades it out. ANDBOX should be on the board.
Yeah, the key kill there was Ye taking down Odorous, right? I mean, up until that point, it was a pretty even exchange in the long A battle. It looked like ANDBOX were going to get the edge there. Like, they had a nice little bait and switch setup, but Dig did a great job breaking it open to, you know, get the 3-on-3 and get the plant inside A site. But when Ye steps in, gets that pick on Odorous, and dashes out to give his team a 3-on-2 retake opportunity, that is what made the world of difference. That was the X factor of the round. And that will go ahead and get them their first round of the half.
And it's also worth noting, we saw Boy there fumble it a couple of times, but finally he managed to get that operator that was stuck on the ledge, bring it into this round to pocket it into the hands of Ye.
There you go.
So he's going to have plenty of money going into the next round to really kind of equalize things here and deal with the op from Odorous as well.
I mean, both economies are fragile at this point, Doug. That must be stated. Certainly, ANDBOX are a little bit more worse for wear in that regard, but it's pretty close. As we are going to see Hunter's Fury popped immediately from Poach to try to get some info over on one side of the map. He does get a tag, but that's going to be about it. Camden gets set up at long A here, I believe, for Dignitas' side. I think it just got shut down, though. Drone coming out the clear middle as they try to take control of that, as they're scared that there might have been some aggression there, which is fair enough. We know ANDBOX are certainly willing to do that a time or two. Looks like they might look for some garage control. A drone's been set out at A side from ANDBOX to clear that angle, so now they can do a little bit of a rotation here with their Sova and just leave the jet set up at sewers.
You see the Cypher's playing up onto the side a decent amount, and it looks like he's going to get a chance here. Here as the first line of defense, as the point of contact to keep members of Dignitas at bay. The paranoia is going to come out. I love those 2 cages, really kind of sectioning off the entire site, but Seb goes in through it anyway. It's going to get traded out, and things quickly go sideways for ANDBOX. Ye has the op. It looks like he's just going to try to save it into the next round. Dig is going to take a 2-round lead.
Yeah, big to get the immediate follow-up round on the Dignitas side, considering you dropped the first map and considering how last round went. So it'll be the economic reset going against ANDBOX here. They probably will have to save this next round. So Dig, a great opportunity to jump up to 4-1. Most likely they do get a Hunter's Fury and Neural Depth into play for the future on top of that, which are massive for retake situations. If ANDBOX start threatening to take the spike diffuse, you have the Hunter's Fury, especially at the long C position, to stop that diffuse from going off. Neural Depth obviously can be helpful in any situation. So Dignitas are setting up quite nicely here in the early portion of Haven.
Yeah, they certainly look good, man. And again, given how Icebox went, this is exactly what they needed. They needed a strong start here on Haven to keep this series interesting, to make it competitive. It is worth pointing out, at least, that Dig, with the numbers advantage, chooses not to hunt down or try to hunt down Ye there and take the op out of his hands. That's going to allow him to bring it into the next round. You mentioned that ANDBOX is likely going to have to save here, and that seems to be the case.
It's going to have the op on Ye, so they do still have some playmaking potential, even if the rest can't really support around it too much. And that's why Ye is going to go out and look to be proactive. He knows that he has to be the difference maker to give his team a chance in a round like this. He's unable to find much at mid, though. A dart at A does detect several players, so it allows him to maybe rotate a bit faster. Indeed, Omen already pivoting through the back halls here for ANDBOX. Drone clearing out the close long A corners, and now starting to clear out the sewers close corners as well. Gives Dig a bit more space to launch off of. Big flank coming through middle, but will they get there fast enough is going to be the big question, Doug, because the attack is coming here real soon.
Well, even with that, I think ANDBOX have done such a good job of slowing it down, right? The dart was there. The smoke comes out towards A long to just have Dig second-guess themselves for just a moment, and that might be exactly what they needed. They're going to get paranoia. The Hunter series is going to come out from Akalov, and Def and Superman light up the kill feed as well. They tried buying time, but time was not on their side. Members of ANDBOX drop like flies. Once again, it's just Ye hightailing it to the other side of the map to keep the op into the next round. This one, however, is going in favor of Dig.
ANDBOX did a great job, like you said, taking space on the map and like setting up for maybe some type of flank, because that operator's not going to be carried over, by the way. Def quick to rotate around to stop that. But Dig was just explosive on the attack. Particularly the Hunter's Fury was really clutch on clearing out some key angles on the A side to make them feel more comfortable, because they were getting counter-smoked. Like you said, there was a dart that kind of got some information on their location. So they knew that there was a chance there could be an A stack. They knew that there was a chance for some type of flanking maneuver. So the fact that they used that Hunter's Fury to clear out angles and give them a bit of space was huge. And there's some clean entries through and through from Dig. They will jump up to that 4-1 scoreline we're talking about. Now we have Poach on the infamous old Odin Sova combo.
Dealt a little bit of damage there. Oh my gosh, he gets the kill. Are you kidding me?
Pay respects to Odorous in chat.
All right, now the question is, what can ANDBOX do with that, right? They have the numbers advantage. They've been at a deficit, but they've got to convert here. Dig is going to be able to get onto the site. He's going to telly his way out just in the nick of time, but Android through the smoke says you're not going to get very far. Makalov trades it out as the spike continues to tick away. Numbers advantage in favor of ANDBOX as Android continues with the Empress to keep members of Dig back. But it's not just Dig that they have to worry about. It's the clock as well. Android continuing to push the matter as he makes his way out into the cubby, spots another. That's 3 on the round, looking for the 4th. No! Psalm gets the best of him, but Seb is the one who cleans up. Dig and Box get to 2.
Hey, that Android guy's pretty good at Valorant, huh?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Really, obviously, good use of the Empress and Leers to keep that pressure on middle, to never really let Dignitas feel comfortable in that post-plant hold. Never really able to set up fully, and obviously, that's just painful. No matter who you are out there, no matter who you're a fan of, watching that is a bit grim. You feel a little bit dirty having seen it. And that is going to be a big response from ANDBOX to not allow Dig to build up. They have 3 ults in play for the future as well. So does Dignitas, though, so a lot of impact could be. The Ode still in play over at Garage side. Always going to be making that scary for Dig to control. Might force their attention elsewhere on the map. And he's done it again! That's 2 rounds in a row. Odorous has been spammed through the door by the Odin. Why? Odorous, please stop. Get away from there. It's dangerous.
Poach gets a second one, uses the dart to create enough space to get him some intel.
How wide of a grin do you think he has on his face right now?
Oh,
if you had
he's
to measure it in
cheesing,
inches.
man.
Yeah, full cheese.
Yeah, he's cheesing from ear to ear. The run it back is going to be used to create some room and get all the way back into Garage and get a kill. That's such a huge payout.
Yeah, big entry opening up this C side. Poach still here, though, with the Odin, trying to buy a bit of time for his team to get in position to try to retake. Huge op shot from Ye as Def was trying to take a bit more space away to try to stop the retake from setting up, but now it's a 3-on-3, and Seb even able to maybe flank through Garage. There's a player in the corner, though, and it gets caught. Psalm not ready for that. Neural Theft comes in, and ANDBOX are set up pretty for this retake now.
And the Blade Storm has been used from Ye. He's weaker, but he's got a chance to make something happen here. This round could certainly still go either way. The op shot misses, but Ye does not. Superman gets the last shot, and Ye gets the 3K and the defuse to bridge the gap down to 1.
Seb, obviously great use of their neural theft off the back of that. Again, a lot of talk is always on people like Ye and Angel because of how flashy they can be and how good of fraggers they are and how they consistently perform time and time again. But Seb sometimes flies under the radar, but he makes great decisions and he's really good in clutch situations like this. really set his team up for this retake. And that will close the gap on the scoreboard considerably.
One round lead, slight but a lead nonetheless for Dig. As they've dropped the last 2 rounds, they're going to be able to buy as they go into this one. And it looks like no Odin shenanigans.
Yeah, Odor is just nowhere nearby. He's like, I'm going to go mid-window where you can't spam me. And as he's trying to find a pick over towards B side, it seems like smoke up as well, up close on B doors to try to give them some space in middle. Meanwhile, we see Def doing his thing that most ciphers will do on Haven, just kind of defaulting at A side, trying to get information towards sewer and long. He does take long. There's a double sewer setup, though.
Good smoke coming out from Boy. Again, just to buy time at this point. Makalov's should get some decent information here as he spots one. Didn't spot the player hanging out in the cubby, but that should be enough to keep them at bay for now.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that it's possible they could be doing the bait and switch there, right? Psalm, in the meantime, able to get a pick there over at the A link to B. They will use that to actually dash in and maybe look to set up some type of A split. As they are going to be coming up along. There is a tripwire in play there, and Android's trying to play off the back of it as best he can, but he's having to try to worry about sewer. He's going to tuck in that direction, knowing that Seb has control of it.
Oh, but you got to keep a close eye on Odorous. He's got an op, and he's in a really good position for the pinch. But of course, as I say that, Seb sniffs it out and takes him out.
Yeah, you got to hit those if you're Odorous there. But holding on to Sewer's control is allowing ANDBOX a way to pry the site back open in the retake. Big kill, though, from Makalov will allow them to 4-on-3, and now they can finally start getting that plant. And Psalm has a great flank up, and he gets poached down.
Psalm able to get one. The trades are there. ANDBOX just down to Ye with 19 health. He's got an operator. The spike was planted. He's in a... No, never mind. I was going to say he's in a decent spot. He might make this happen, but this looks more and more impossible with every passing second.
Even with Odorous missing the shot, the fact that they were able to control A site and just know that, okay, yeah, we don't have sewers, but we can just kind of play with that in mind. Great kills across the board from Dignitas. Also, obviously, Psalm's flank was huge. Being able to come through B like that, get into that A link, blindside that angle, and deny that space for the retake. Keep Ye trapped in heaven, basically. No real escape route. So no weapons saved, really. Android picks up a Vandal, but everyone else just on pistols and light armor.
The score is slight, but it has been an impressive fragging performance from Dig. They're also going to have 2 ultimates going into this one. We'll see if they can get anything through the smoke here. As Seb passes through, he's greeted by Psalm and his Phantom as they work their way onto C. They're going to get on there with no contest, as literally nobody's home here.
Yeah, I mean, he had to kind of just make the play through the smoke because he wasn't going to get spotted by the drone, and it is an eco round on top of that, so taking the risk there, understandable. Just didn't quite pan out. Android is able to get a kill over in middle side, so they had the Hunter's Fury. Good paranoia onto Psalm here inside the site. They're trying to get into garage and maybe make something happen. Lear comes out as well, but they've also been smoked off, and the hot hands now as well blocking the hallway. They try to dash through it anyway, though, but the kills are coming up from Dignitas left, right, and center. Only Android remains. A good kill there on the Psalm, but still a tough 1v2 ahead of him. He tries to creep forward, finds both of them. How has he done it again? It's Android. Why did I even question it? The man is a monster.
Monster might be the most criminally underrated word that you could use to describe Android at this point. A huge, huge round for ANDBOX, and as you were saying, as you called us, that looked so good for Dig. They had everything they wanted there.
Yeah, I'm so shocked. I really, it blows my mind. I mean, obviously getting that kill on Def was huge, but yeah, Android winning a 1 versus 3, that just should never be happening. They even had Hunter's Fury tucked into long C to stop a defuse, but with Android knowing that, he knew he had to just push forward and pressure. And he got both the kills. Man.
Now we'll see how Dig respond, given that impressive effort, really Herculean, by Android there for ANDBOX. Dig still have a lead. They've got a couple of ultimates to work with as well, but we'll see what they can do here.
That's a good way of putting it, Doug. Like, you just have to sit back and hope for the best, but it's going to be a tough ask. Poach with the Hunter's Fury, counter Hunter's Fury in play. Poach gets a kill with his. Will a response from Makalov be just as strong? The answer is nay.
kills, well, not traded, excuse me. Dig was the only one to drop one, but we did see both Hunter's Furies used, so we're not going to have to worry about that any longer for this round. Poach using the drone to try to get some info, realizing there's nobody pushing up mid.
Yeah, he knows what they're mid, but he doesn't really know about Garage. There's a double defense set up there, and actually Superman feels he just had support back out of there. Looks like they want to hit over towards A side. There's only Android here. Yep. Don't want to mess with that guy, but it seems like they don't really have much choice. They have no control anywhere else, and now the enemy Cypher's even got window control for the flank. They are getting pinched in here at A. This is going to be a tough ask.
Run it back is going to be used, and Android doesn't even get a chance to make that Empress count as Dig get onto the site. Boy is there to trade out Makaloff, but there's the flank from Seb that you called. He is certainly worse for wear, but he got the important kill. It's just down to Phoenix there. He's been tagged up. They know where he is. This is a difficult spot for Psalm.
Yeah, no time either, right? And no spike possession. So this is pretty much donezo. ANDBOX will be taking this one, tying this up 5 apiece. Psalm at least able to get a kill and maybe get away and save a rifle into the next round, but that's obviously going to be it. Again, huge flank from Seb into window room, and even with Android going down, which was great for Dig. I mean, good clean entry there. Great use of the run it back to get some space on A site, but eventually they do get whittled down, and again, that flank from Seb proves to be huge for ANDBOX. Now they've won 4 of the last 5. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that Dig won pistol, this could have been an even more dominant half from ANDBOX. Like, they have won the vast majority of full rifle rounds, and now they have a chance to take a round where Dig are kind of on this middle of the road approach. They have a couple of, you know, higher value weapons in play, but only just a couple. So they're going to be in a lot of trouble in this round as well as far as firepower goes.
You would presume,
wow,
and that's certainly going to help, that ANDBOX should be able to take the lead given the finances, and again, that opening pick certainly makes things better. Boy gets 1 as well, make that 2 on the round for him, 3 for ANDBOX. Dig just down to scraps.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds where you could expect most from Dig based on what they had to work with, but the fact that they had their one and only true effort that they could hope for go awry right from the rip, I mean, that kind of just spelled the end, didn't it? It's now Def is just all by his lonesome, no spike, does have a phantom, does have a lot of time to think about things, but that's really the only thing helping him out.
As you mentioned, the spike, not only is it not in his hands, but he can't get within the same zip code of it without ANDBOX knowing. There's just no way there at this point. He's going to peek out, walk.
No boy.
Knife.
Nah,
man, you hate to see
you
that.
can't trust the knife, I feel like, in this game. Like, the animation
gutsy
on it, yeah, I don't blame him for not going. There's no benefit to it either, right? Like, you don't get any like money bonus like you do in Counter-Strike for a knife frag. So other than the memes, it's just not worth. That was, oh my god, I can't believe he hit that.
Yeah, that was a hell of a shot. The style points would have been there, but you're right. No benefit to it. He goes the safe route. And that's going to give ANDBOX a slight lead, but a lead nonetheless as we near the last round of the half. Dig looking to get something going here. They don't have any ultimates to work with, but they've got artillery, so they've got a chance here.
They do. They're going to be able to smoke off and get some sewers control here with their cams. So they're at least denying information to ANDBOX on exactly where they're headed. Drone, though, will be used out in middle to get some of that info back from Poach's side of things. He knows that no one's mid now. Gets all the way up. No one's outside garage either. So it's going to maybe allow them to rotate a little bit more freely. At least it allows them to keep their 2 players on A pretty comfortably. No, they don't need to worry about rotating to assist B or anything like that. And now they're even getting the rotation from Poach. So this is going to be a stout defense in place at A.
Oh man, the Lear was there, but Def didn't care as he landed the shots anyway. Android trades it out, but he's going to get paranoid, gets pushed back and gets taken out. Poach tries to post up as a turret as he gets 2, looking for the 3rd. No, it's Makaloff on the flank who gets him. Members of ANDBOX are now starting to rotate over, but Dig should be able to get the spike down. Now the question is, ANDBOX tied up, they have the neural theft, but it's no longer in the equation. Yay, dropping things down to a 1v1. The shots don't land, the blades weren't good. Odorous gets the win. We're knotted up at 6.
Yeah, very close round. Comes down to the wire. I thought that might blow up against Dignitas, just like you said, based on the Lear and how they were aggressing towards Sewers, a couple of players. But Dignitas, to their credit, able to break through, able to trade their way into a 2-on-2, and then ultimately win out the 1v1 between the 2 Jets. So at least they fit that one more round there in at the end. I feel like that was massive for them because ANDBOX were dominating the bulk of that half once they got their economy in order. But we come into the second half with all things squared. Map advantage for ANDBOX. Again, no one gets knocked out the event here, but the winner does go ahead and move on to that playoff bracket without having to worry about playing another best of 3. The loser has to go face BBG for that final spot in the playoffs. So this still means so much, even if elimination is not on the horizon.
We'll see what Dig can do on the defending side here, as it looks like a relatively standard post-up early on from Dig. They've spread their defenses, making sure that nothing's really left exposed. They feel pretty vanilla right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of playing more of a retake A setup here. They're trying to keep the heavy C defense in place. They do have some players over at the A link of B side to be ready for that. But here comes the take. It's going to be overwhelming. But no, we see Dig up to the task, finding all the frags, it seems. Boy, good for one on the frenzy. But again, Dig just had such a big defense in place at C based on playing that retake A setup. I mean, in the rock, paper, scissors battle that can sometimes be the pistol round based on guesswork of where to stack or where to rotate, Dig certainly came out on top of the decision-making there.
And I think a lot of it was, too, Superman with that paranoia right down C-Long hit really everybody that was working their way up, and that was just such a pivotal use of utility to unlock the... and to give Dig a bit more room to work with.
So we are going to see the obvious buy upcoming in here. Attack trying to come into B with limited resources, and they're getting run through the blender. That was ambitious. Obviously, they didn't really have a whole lot they could do. They didn't have anything to work with, but that wasn't it.
No, that was hard, and like you said, they didn't have much there, so oftentimes you'll see teams in a situation like that go, well, we're going to try to rely on strength by numbers and just throw everything we have and the kitchen sink at them and see if they can handle it, and well, Dig was able to handle it just fine. They're going to carry all of those SMGs into the next round. They're not going to be buying up a little bit of armor just to top you off, but ANDBOX is the one who's going to have much more to work with, EA being the one exception, as he does not have any armor.
Here we go. Dig looking to get aggressive here at A side, setting up Psalm on the corner. So that's one thing that we'll have to keep an eye on throughout the round, see if that has any impact. As ANDBOX is bought up, they're keeping things pretty slow. Playing out a default for the most part. Drone flies through sewers to clear out and give a chance, maybe, for Psalm to get even more aggressive at long A with this Phoenix, but decides just to stay in the corner. It is going to be now a gather from ANDBOX to try to take this A lobby control back. The drone has cleared it, but now time is passing, allowing them to come in. It's all on Psalm, it feels. He is really committed to this.
Yeah, we'll see if they check that corner. Yes, they do. Coach gets the best of them and takes him out. Odorous is going to get a chance at something, too, with the Spectre. He's going to dash back, dealt some damage. I believe there was a dink in there. But he is going to have to back off, as is ANDBOX, as it looks like they wanted to go up A long. Now they're backing out.
Yeah, they've done what they wanted to do, which is put a lot of pressure on the A side of the map, force rotations, and force them to be concerned that A is going to be a threat. But ANDBOX, like you said, they have the luxury now with the 5-on-4 and still playing time on the clock to just kind of back off, you know, and throw a bit of a feint and then pivot. And they will indeed be doing that. The camera will spot them, of course, so Dig no, but they have a long rotation ahead of them, and they could even get cut off at some point, as we are going to see ANDBOX just bust on through and get this spike down.
Really good use of utility there from Dig, knowing that they could rotate over towards A and then have the utility just in case, and that's exactly how it panned out, and that's what gave them the info to know where the play was going to be. But now ANDBOX on the attacking side have retreated back towards C. You've got some members showing back up. It's just down to Makaloff. They defend so well. ANDBOX able to just provide so much fire down from the places where they're posted up down C long. Ye gets the final shot to ANDBOX down within one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, I feel like, with that A setup, is I feel like it needs to be more of a bait and switch. Like, you're kind of leaving Psalm on an island if he's just playing that corner alone. Now, they were trying to... but when Psalm got...
The world desperately needs gamers' superior DNA. Transcend humanity through gaming.
play. But again, that's putting a lot of responsibility on one person with no real support. And we obviously saw the repercussions.
Well, and you even see the adjustments already. He's not playing there this time around. They haven't really worked their way up A short at all. They just have some utility there to keep things back in case that's the way they go. Meanwhile, across the middle of the map, Def gets the opening pick.
So we are going to see another slower approach here from ANDBOX to kick off this round. They've already lost a player, of course, out in middle, so that has made things a bit tougher on them. Jet is set up for Dignitas. Odorous, of course, with it. Posting up on the long A cross. See if there's a cage or something to block this cross, or the Lear might be what they need to try to threaten sewers here. As Android will be tossing it out here momentarily. Indeed, there it is. It pushes Odorous off the angle. Now they're able to cross sewer side. He doesn't know what the numbers are, but he's able to find a pick. He lingers around and gets that at least. And they have a huge edge now going forward.
Yeah, Odorous plays that so well, dancing around the Lear and managing to get the pick that he needs anyway. The paranoia is going to come out as they try to get onto that ace site. The dart is there as well to get any bit of information. That's just so difficult for Dig. They're going to have to back off. It looks like Boy's going to get the spike down as well, but Makalov up from heaven. He's got a little bit to work with as well, but it's Poach who gets the first one. Def trades it out. The North left is going to be used as the curveball comes out to create some more space. That's going to give everything away. You see a couple of smokes coming out as Dig still have the numbers advantage, as the ANDBOX is just really down to scraps. Boy is down to nothing. Poach isn't able to stand up either. Dig are going to not.
Right? I mean, getting the opening pick at middle and then being able to get that second kill with Odorous over at long A side gives them the 5-on-3 before the take's even able to really get rolling from ANDBOX. So they were just too many steps ahead at every point in that round for ANDBOX to really recover from. And now the economy's in kind of a weird place for ANDBOX where like you probably have to do a half buy at best this round just to make sure you get a full buy in the next. So this gives a great chance for Dig to jump up to double digits and really start setting themselves up to try to push this to a map 3. Like they're sitting really nicely right now based on how things are playing out. They're getting good performances out of some of their players that struggled in the last map. Particularly Odorous has turned the page and had some big moments here. Def, again, Def's been in good form for a couple of months now. Like he's really been fragging out lately. Continues to do so in this matchup. Maka also having a hell of a game. Again, he's kind of the other guy I feel like on this team that certainly can have big moments. So you are going to have a little bit of a tech pause here. A little bit of a pause.
Well, and Dust, you were the one who mentioned it at the beginning. At the very beginning of Icebox, you pointed out Def and you said he's been like clockwork for the last couple of months now, and this map has been no different. The guy's been lighting up the kill feed. Yeah,
absolutely. He's definitely one of the better Sentinels in the North American region for sure. I mean, he's always been good at like getting value with Sentinel abilities, like getting information, all that good stuff. But now he's starting to connect the dots fragging wise on top of that. And also a guy who has a ton of experience in FPS, right? Again, had a long tenure with Complexity and CSGO, played a lot of different roles when he was on that team, whether it was in-game leading or supporting or entering. So definitely a very flexible guy. And again, a guy that, you know, can kind of be that, I don't want to call him a father figure or something like that. I'm not trying to call him a boomer, even though he probably is one of the older players on the team. But he's that veteran, right? And yeah, he's been doing a great job with this team, I feel like, and certainly having a hell of a map here and keeping his team in the series, right? I mean, they're in a great position right now here on Haven. They're a couple of rounds up. They're looking towards the finish line to try to force us into a third. And we'll have to see how ANDBOX recover because right now the economy is a big factor for them. Again, this next round, I feel like they're probably not going to have too much to work with unless they like really roll the dice and force in, which I doubt. I'm sure they want to, you know, keep some space for the next. So yeah, we'll have to see. As again, this is a map that we know that ANDBOX have had more shaky results on. They're a little bit more hit or miss on this map compared to like an Ascent or a Split or Icebox, apparently, as they're seem to be finding out that map pretty well as more and more matches get played on it. Whereas this map is very much in Dignitas' wheelhouse, and they're showing you why. They seem to be really well organized on some of these retakes and how they're setting up some of their aggressive holds.
And the scary thing to consider is if your ANDBOX Dig is even better on the attacking side. We've already seen some of that, on the defending side, we've already seen some of that come out, a 56% win rate. So this is their sweet spot. This is where they're comfortable, and it's because of things like that. Superman already has 3, and he's gonna get a chance at another. Def gets it, Makalov gets the last one, but it doesn't matter as the outcome is the same. It's a flawless round for Dig.
Yeah, I mean, if you blinked your eye there, you missed the round. That was a crazy one. Wow. Kind of expected, though, right? Didn't really have too much going into that. But here's the real round. This is the one I'm most interested in, because I feel like this decides whether or not ANDBOX actually come back in this map, or whether or not Dignitas are going to shut this thing out. Because they're right back to saving if this round doesn't work out, or force buying for the rest of the game to just stop Dignitas from getting the map point. So this is the round. They do have the Hunter's Fury. If they can get a plant, that'll be great for the hold. But they have to be able to get that first.
They also have the both teams.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Psalm catches one. Psalm catches a second. Android trades it out. The damage has been done. ANDBOX just down to 2 members left. You talked about how important this round was for ANDBOX, Dust, and it's gone sideways.
Yeah, not only did they get the mid push in there and it got undetected, they've also been able to push out long C and get a kill there as well. So now they have the 4-on-2 and they have superior map control right now. All that ANDBOX can do is try to set up a spike play in B, or maybe even push the A link, but Def is ready for that. He is holding that angle. He's anticipating that very play, and now the drone's coming into B. It's about to spot these players inside the site. Android will go for the plant, but holding this is going to be damn near impossible. It's going to take a crazy individual effort. And Android on Empress, you know, it's possible.
And not just Android and Empress, but really Android in general. We've seen it before. He's going to get a chance at it here again. Dig have heavy numbers advantage. They've got pressure from a couple of different areas. Seb has been paranoid. Odorous with the classic gets one, but there's Android. He's got 3 on the round. Going to dismiss his way, realize where one of the 2 members remaining are. Not able to land the shots as the clip runs dry. Dig take a pivotal round away from ANDBOX.
Bro, you liked Android's chances there when he popped the dismiss and had a 1v2, but wasn't able to get into a better position with the dismiss. They were able to box him in and crossfire him out. I think his teammate had to be able to hold that jet dash. Like, if he could have held and got that 1 frag, Android had the angle on C-Link, and I think maybe they could have fought their way out of that. But just didn't happen. Dignitas well-coordinated retake there on B site. Grace used the drone to get information. Obviously, huge on Psalm. I thought they spotted him when he jumped up middle, but he must have just found the timing right before they checked that side, or he just got up deep enough where they couldn't spot it. And he was able to get 2 huge kills that set up his team for victory. And yeah, we are going to see the buyback here from ANDBOX as much as they can. They still have some ults in play, so they still can't pose a threat. But I mean, Dig have been on one so far this half.
Yeah, saying they've been on one is a pretty light way to put it. It's been a very impressive half for Dig so far. You see the Hunter's Fury being used early on. Android on the Reyna. He didn't have the heroics last time, but he's kicking off the round in impressive fashion here as he's looking for more. Lands the shots. Makalev's there for the flank. The sucker punch from the side to clean him up, but Dig have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, Android, it cost him so much to get that frag in garage, and it wound up costing him his life in the end, and it kept Dig up as they were getting picks everywhere else across the map over towards middle. Spike now down, nowhere near Boy, who's making a flank up C side. Got a lot of time left, and the from the shadows, but again, trying to get to the Spike is going to be a problem. If you can get like 1 kill, and then maybe from the shadows back towards the Spike and grab it, maybe there's a chance, but the odds are certainly against him here.
Well, it's interesting you even saw the pings come out from Dig through the defending side spawn, so they should have a good idea of where he's coming from. Process of elimination gives Boy away. A 3K for Odorous, and he's going to take the op into the next round. Dig are at match point.
Indeed, they are. They have been putting up a great defense. They've only allowed 1 round, the opening buy round. That has been it. Other than that, they have been on top of things. They are fragging out man for man. They have been the better team individually on this one. A complete reversal from what we saw in Icebox. And again, that's kind of what we thought could happen considering Dignitas' fluency on this map in comparison to Icebox, which is still very new, very much a wild card. This is where they can be more comfortable, more at home, and they are certainly proven that here and thus far. 5 chances to close this out and force a 3rd map.
Well, before we even get much past that, I think ANDBOX, they have 3 ultimates, so they've got a chance here. Dig does have the same in response. ANDBOX looking like they want to play this a bit slowly early on, wait out some of the smokes, wait out some of the utility that has been invested, and see what opening they can find.
This is the default, right? Default Haven is a Sentinel, usually Cypher playing towards A-Sod, camming sewers, maybe getting information at long, caging the cross. Obviously, usually going to have Omen playing C solo, smoking out the top, threatening orb possession, and just kind of playing it out from there. They did try to poke and prod at middle a bit, but no one from Dig showed them anything there, so now they just have to gather up and take. They will smoke the cross of long, start looking into sewers. There are tripwires set up on both ends here at A, and there is the Jet and Cypher in position to defend, including a Can that's watching long. But Dig, gonna have to try to hold this push off.
Oh man, they're all funneling their way in through one side. You see the paranoia has come out as well, but it doesn't matter as ANDBOX have made their way in. Def up from the top rope, looking to see if he can tag anyone up through the smoke. Nothing doing quite yet as Poach manages to get the spike down. Def also gets a good bit of information, but look at how aggressively EA chooses to go, but Def blasts him through the smokes. That takes the Blade Storm out of the equation, and that gives Dig a huge numbers advantage here as ANDBOX try to anchor this, try to hold down the site. You see the From the Shadows was used to try to get up top. It's gonna get canceled out. Psalm using the runner back tries to swing. He gets cleaned up. Android still down low, keeping things interesting. He's healed his way back up. Well, 3 members of Dig trying to come around. Makalov gets one. Seb from the side drops things down to a 1v1 as Makalov still has the Hunter's Fury. Poach is so weak though. Makalov, no, he had the swing, but Poach gets the shot. We're going to play another round.
Yeah, ANDBOX in the post plant just had so many good contact points set up to where they could swing off of one another and constantly catch Dig, having to be responsible for 2 players at the same time. That's just good coordination and communication between ANDBOX in a post plant scenario. You know, Android constantly holding that under heaven position. He's able to either swing off the sewers contact or vice versa and just keep clearing out Dig and keep putting them in crossfires as they got deeper and deeper into the site itself. So really well done from ANDBOX to hold on, finally get their second round of the half and keep things interesting. Right? It looked like they were about the closest game and force the third map. But here's the problem. 2 players have been severely chipped away at so far here in this round from ANDBOX. Yeah, it's a 5-on-5, but, well, that shock dart goes and takes care of one of them, and one is still very vulnerable, and Psalm's taking deep A main control, or at least threatening it.
You mentioned at the beginning of the previous round, Dust, that they had 5 chances to make something happen. It didn't work the first time, but certainly going a much more favorable manner the second time around. Again, Dig with the numbers advantage. They have 3 ultimates to work with, to bring into the fold, and ANDBOX haven't been able to find a ton of room to work with, although Dig playing for retakes here on C could be the difference maker.
Yeah, there's a can still in place over there that they haven't found yet, so they might be able to get a dart off. They know that C's being taken, and they just have to kind of play for a retake. They're not sure it's a full commitment. It might just be like 1 or 2 players faking it. But as we see, Android swings around. He might get behind the Cypher. Oh, no. Right as he taps the camera, he gets shot. That's an unfortunate timing. Now it's a 4-on-4 post-plant hold here for ANDBOX. Superman, though, from Garage. That is huge. That might be the nail in the coffin.
A 4v2 here. ANDBOX looking to somehow avoid going to map 3 1 step at a time. There's Superman. He's going to use the From the Shadows to get some info. They have a decent idea of where the players are. Makalov using the Hunter's Fury. Try to tag up anyone hanging out in some of these more common corners. His boy tries to anchor things. The clock continues to tick away. Odorous gets a shot on him. Psalm gets it as well. Ladies and gents, we're going to map 3.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was going to be inevitable just based on how Dignitas were playing this defensive half. Again, they weren't really giving up anything to ANDBOX. ANDBOX looked a little bit lost in the sauce there a few different rounds where, again, some aggression for Dignitas was, I feel, clutch in that second half. Like Psalm's push at window for a couple of kills. The ability for Dignitas to control A side of the map defensively was good. Like they had like 1 round where they kind of beefed it where Psalm got trapped in the corner at long, but outside of that 1 instance, more often than not, they just handled things really brilliantly, whether it was the hold or saying, okay, we got to play for the retake and then coordinating it effectively. Again, there was only like the 2 moments where ANDBOX was on top of things in that second half. That's the 2 rounds that they won. And then other than that, it was just the ANDBOX show to force us a third.
Dig looked really, really good. It was a far cry from what we saw in map 1. They fragged out. They played the maps well, and Dust mentioned that this was should be the more comfortable map for them, and that certainly is reflected in that final score. Folks, we're going to cut to a very quick break, and when we return, the decider between these 2 squads, you're not going to want to miss it. You're watching the Nerd Street Gamers Winter Championships.